It's time, I think.
It is.
A little bit busy, a busy day, but hey, we're here and we're clear to go. It's another technical Tuesday. Was it yesterday already? We posted out the upcoming schedule. Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
Yep, it was.
We posted out the schedule. It's mostly my fault that we don't have training 6 times a week, but that's because in Holland we can't really get back to normal again. Yesterday I had my first session again. That was amazing. Yeah, guys, if you ever want to visit Holland, let me know because we've got some good training here. For tonight, we will do 4 basic blocks, what we will work on. So Jordan could get them right, Uche Soto okay, and from there on, we just kind of throw it into some fighting techniques. Enjoy today. Use the chat over here. Well, my screen is over here, and if you've got anything to say, just let us know. Aaron, have you got something else to say, my friend?
No, not really. As Wesley said, we're going to focus on the 4 blocks. We're going to go in grade order. Jordan okay, Megan and Bride, Shooting Chuke Soto okay. That's the order we're going to go in. Enjoy. If you've got any questions, need anything clarifying, then just hit us up in the chat. Otherwise, enjoy the session. And we apparently need to take it easy because she and Janine's feeling a little fragile after too many bottles of wine.
Okay.
No, but well, enjoy. So let's get started, and we'll go on from there. Oh, something's in the chat already. I don't know if that's. It's just an us. Cool. Right. So we're going to start off with Jordan. Okay. Little overview on all the blocks. It doesn't matter what block you're kind of blocking with. Most of the time, you're going to be blocking with the actual forearm muscle. So the actual hand position will be irrelevant in pretty much all the blocks. Don't worry about it. If it's a Stor Jordan okay or a second Jordan okay, the block will always be with the forearm. And remember that we are blocking with the forearm muscle. So the block, for example, will be here, and this is just the completion on all of the blocks, pretty much. Okay, so do bear that in mind, and that will probably help you when you start sparring, rather than going kink with the actual bone itself. Take the blow on the muscle, and then you'll last a lot longer, and then you'll have a lot less bruises on the bone, etc. Okay, so that being said, let's start off. Obviously, Jordan okay. There's many people that block Jordan okay with the arm fairly straight here. We need to make sure that we have a nice angle here so that we're blocking something that's coming above and to the side. Obviously, we all know that it comes to the center line, height of the jaw. We teach basics to newbies to be here and then up. You need to make sure that there is an angle here so that as we're pushing up, we have the power of the lats muscles, etc. If we're here, then it's going to lose that power and that focus. In position, and then as it's coming up the arm, as I said, we block with the muscle, and then the rotation is at the end. Okay, obviously we have hands closed all the time in basics anyway, so that shouldn't be an issue, but just in case, don't start doing this kind of stuff, opening your hands halfway through the blocks. If the hand is open, like Stor's, the hand is open all the time. If it's closed, it must be closed all the time. Making sure that we're blocking above the head, yeah, not here. If I lean forward slightly, this is not going to block anything. We need to make sure that it is blocking above, and we can see through whatever blocks we will be doing. Okay, so let's go slowly first of all. We're going to do 10 slowly, then 20 fairly quickly. Little exercise, then we'll do we'll go over to Wesley first, and then we'll revisit some fighting stuff later on. Okay, right. So left hand up for Jordan. Okay, let's go through nice and slowly. So itch, a little bit of tension on them arms. Knee, sun, sheep. Good. Don't forget, angle the body 45 degrees with the shoulders. Rook. Ish. Itch. Kill. Good. Good. Okay, and obviously the back arm is here. Remember, when it comes through, then we're going to bring the square as it goes up, is when we're going to angle the shoulders. Okay, just for some of the people that are maybe not sure. Okay, 20 good ones this time. Ready? H, knee, sun, she, go, right, H, hit, she, H, knee, sun, she, go, right, H, hit, she. And good, and relax. Okay, so we move over to Wesley, so we can use the warm up a little bit more before we start doing some fighting stuff. He's going to cover Megan and Bri, and then we're going to move on after that. Okay, over to Wes.
Okay, right then, guys. So, Darren just did Jordan. Okay, us. So now we're going over to Megan and Bri. In the syllabus, we just stand over there, one. And then we go there, 10th cue. So this is our starting position as well. Now we just try to focus again on the same arch of the body. It's 45 degrees. So when we go down, one over there, and when we block out, again, this is a big angle because we're blocking. And every time we block, we try to move the body there. Us. So we start up over here. And we just do a basic one. So every time on every count, first count is into the position, second count is makes up. Us. There we go. And itch and knee. Itch, knee. Itch, knee. Itch, knee. Itch, knee. Itch, knee. And try, when we go down, try to really twist the arm during the making of the block. Also, don't go down like this. Don't go straight down like that, but make it twist. Also, and something which happens a lot, and that's why we try to do this today, is in kata, the punches and the kicks, they all go fast and very powerful. But you see a lot of students, probably the lower grades, go there and make some really slow and easy blocks. All the things we do must be powerful. It must be quick. It must be sharp. Os. On every count, we do slowly in one movement. Os, 10 times, and then 20 times we'll make him in some sort of movement. Os, there we go. Right. We'll start off with the right arm, midi. Itch, knee, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, ku, shira, and array. Good. So, as I said before, a lot of gate and rise or a lot of blocks will be made slowly and easy. Os. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to stand over here. We're going left and make a quick, good sharp block into Zenkuchachi and come back. Then we go to the other side, make it to the right, one. And again, this needs to be a powerful block because otherwise it's never going to happen. Os. You can't be thinking, oh, I'm going to block the attack now so I can kick or punch my opponent. Os. Left, right, 20 times. Os. Are we clear? Good. We start off left. Itch. And back. Knee. And back. Sun. And back. She. Go. Rook. Sish. Ash. Ku. Shia. 10 more. Itch. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Rock. Fish. Ash. Cool. Last one. Shit. And now ready. Us. All right then. So we're going over to Darren for the next block, which will be us. And people, again, before we go over to Darren, try to make everything you do it properly. Us. Try to make it look good. Try to make it look sharp. Try to make it look cool. Us. We make karate cool again, like Cobra Kai.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a slower pace today, Technical Tuesday, so no reason why we can't focus on doing the techniques properly. So as Wesley said, we're moving on to Chuda no Chuke this time. Just outside the shoulder, marginally, height of the jaw. Again, as Wesley said, we want this rotation to happen as we go through the block. Yes, the block is with the forearm, and this is the finish, but please don't turn too quickly here or leave it all the way to the end to rotate. So, key problems when people do Chuda no Chuke is they tend to flick through this way. We need to be making sure that we are coming around the arm as we deliver the block. Okay. One of the reasons why people flick through is because they do the cover on the outside. So they think, oh yeah, we're in line with the shoulder, just outside the shoulder, let's drop down in line. No. You have to make sure that you're dropping down to the center line so that when you do twist through here, we have the space to block around the arm, not here. This is very, 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 very common, especially in the likes of the KRT'ers with Pinansanago, Gyatso Show, everyone, they're really concerned about, as Wesley said, driving in the punch really strong to make that element look good, and then they just flick through here, and then they want to drive out the punch solid. No, make sure that we coming in, we block around the arm, and then we deliver whatever technique we want. It's a little bit less common when people do Taiki-Kyusa on the sand because they're low grades, and as Wesley says, they're concentrating on doing the technique a little bit cleaner. Maybe it's a little bit less muscle memory in their brain, but then they want to punch holes in the punches. Okay, so please do pay attention to this. The focus on the height of the block is very important. Loads of people, they're either blocking up here or they're blocking down here. So it's a 90-degree angle. So if we take 90 degrees here and then we raise up to the jawline, and this is where our Chuda no Chuke should be. Please don't straighten this arm too much and not have a 90 degree. We want a 90 degree so it keeps the elbow relatively close to the body, but still the same height as the jaw. Okay. Again, as with every block, every single arm block at least, there is a 45-degree angle on the shoulders each time. So when we do after we're 45 here, we're coming back square, start the twist, and then rotate through with a little bit more of a pullback and the angle on the shoulders towards the end of the technique. Okay, not going through bunkai today or applications or anything like that, but obviously there's lots of them to them, but it's a really important process to understand. You have to understand this, that probably a large percentage of these actual blocks are redundant in actual fighting. We can take elements of it, yes, but you're never going to block someone like this when you fight, okay? And you're definitely not going to do these kind of blocks. There's self-defense aspects to them and a basic technique, so please understand that. But please don't think that this is going to save your life if you're going to want to block someone punching you in the street or in knockdown, because it's really not. You have to adapt the blocks to suit that, okay? So let's go through Chuda no Chuke. So the left arm up. So we're going to be doing 10 slow. And then as Wesley, as this is quite a common mistake in the Chuke, we're going to add in the punch as well just to warm us up a little bit. So we're mimicking Pinansuna Go, okay? Right, so in position, left arm up, Chuda no Chuke, and we've got 10 slow. Ich, under, around the arm. Ni, under, around. San, Shi, Go. Rook. Ish. Ach. Kip. Jew. Okay, and relax. Okay, because this is quite common, I'm going to use this, whereas I didn't on the Jordan. Okay, we could have gone into Gyaksai Die, of course, but I didn't. So, we're going to actually do the block and the punch back to the centre line. Block and punch back to the centre line. Exactly, we're going to copy what Wes did. Please make sure that yes, we do the techniques good and we do them fast, but please don't start doing this where we're flicking through. Remember, we're here and we're turning this way. That means the arm needs to come round to the centre line. Don't leave it out here. Try to cut corners, flick the punch, and then flick the block rather to drive the punch in. Make sure it's a complete movement to the centre line, around, punch, and then obviously we would come back to do the next movement, but we won't do that. We'll just come back to Furudachi time. Okay, 20, same as Wesley. Okay, ready? Yoi! H! And back. He! And back. Sun! She! Go! Rook! H! H! Hit! G! H! E! Sun! She! Go! Rock! H! H! Hit! G! And now, okay. Do try and remember all these key elements. They all add up in your KRT'ers, your basics, and they do help in your fighting to make sure you have good focus on position all the time. Okay, over to Wesley.
All right then. So the last of the four blocks, the four basic blocks. What we're going to do is Soto. Okay. In my opinion, probably the block of the four basic blocks which is performed the worst of all of them four. I'm sorry. So what we're gonna focus on is when we go back. This is at the back of your head. The other hand will be on your shoulder. When we go there, make sure this is a one movement when we go out. So my right arm and my left arm, they move at the same time. They start off at the same time and they arrive at the same time. When people have a lot of power and try to really bang those soto ukes out, they forget about the reaction hand. So sometimes the reaction hand is there faster than the backhand, or even worse, like that. Try to be even in those movements. And what's very important as well is over here, my elbow is to the outside, and you will see the inside of my arm. And when we move, it kind of moves away, and now I will look at the inside of my arm as well. So it's a half a turn of this. It's like a screw, really thin. And when we're there, make sure this is a powerful movement as well. Bam, there we are. Bam, there we are. So a few things which we need to think about, and obviously, as Darren said, and I said, and Darren said, make sure that when we make the block, you are again 45-degree angled. There we go. 10, full motion, and then 20 within the movement. Os. So, there we go. Joy, that's joy. We start off midi, right hand. And itch, knee, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, cool, shia. Good. All right. So what we're going to do in the movement now, we're going to make it a little bit hard because we're going to step back into Kokotsudachi, and then before we stand up in the full position, you make sure your Kokotsudachi and your Soto Uka will be in one movement. Os, are we clear on this?
Os.
Just the Soto Uka. Os, and when you step back with your right leg, you will make the technique with your left arm. Left leg, right arm. Os.
Os.
Here we go. Kamaite. Joy, joy. Start off, right leg, left arm. Itch. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Rook. Sish. Ash. Cool. Shia. Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rook. Sish. Ash. Cool. Shia. And now ready. All right. Shake loose. Quick little drink of this. Us.
Os.
Os.
Good, good. Everybody okay so far? Fairly basic stuff. Hopefully everyone applies it perfectly anyway, but Wesley said something really key at the beginning, that everybody, when they do blocks, they always want to do them a bit slower because they don't see the value and the benefit in doing it quickly. You should still be able to hear the snap on your gi when you do probably all of the blocks from memory. Okay, everybody really likes the snap on the gi when they do punches or techniques, etc., and then they want to just do this. Please, please, please try to execute that snap on the gi as much as possible in all of your techniques, the kicks, the blocks, the arm techniques, and then you'll start to know that yes, my technique is going somewhere. Yes, my technique is becoming effective. If you're not hearing that snap on the gi, then chances are it's because if you've got a really bad gi, or you're not putting enough effort in to make that snap happen. Okay, and that will only come through speed and execution, that it will go ahead. Okay, so do try and think about that in all elements of your karate. Okay, right. We're going to move on to some fighting combinations and using them blocks. We've got quite a lot of time, so we can go through them slowly. And I'll give an option, and Wesley will give an option for each block, and then you'll have quite a few varieties to think about. As I said, not all of the blocks will 100% translate into what you do in basics. As in, I don't expect anybody to be thinking about blocking an axe kick like this, okay? It's probably not going to work for you, and you're going to leave yourself wide open. But there are other elements that we can use, that we can adapt to try and use all of these blocks and all of these techniques in a variety of ways. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Jordan, okay? So we have Jordan, okay, as we all know, here, okay, blocking up. What I'm going to do is we're going to take a slight angle here, so it's not the full version. We're going to come up here, and we're just going to deliver a Shtasky. Why deliver the Shtasky? Because when we deliver this bit here, it's almost like the way that people used to be taught Shtaskys probably many, many years ago. Okay, Shtaskys always used, and probably still in Japan, I think it still happens, doesn't it, Wes? Where they scoop the Shtasky up. Because in Oyama's mind, he was striking up into the ribs. Okay, whereas we definitely in the IFK produce Shtaskys parallel to the ground, and most people nowadays deliver Shtaskys when they're fighting fairly straight on rather than up here into the ribs, because they're always concerned about the elbows. But we're going to adopt that style actually today. So we're going to take the block and we're going to be doing an up rotation with the Shtasky rather than a flat rotation. Okay, so we're going to be there. 1, 2, in. 1, 2, in. 1, making sure that we take the block. Just a slight angle to stop that Moashigiri coming over a little bit. If he's got maybe a nice fancy Brazilian kick like Wesley, here is not good enough against someone like Wesley. It will go over it and it will kick you in the face. Okay, so we're going to try and just adapt the block a little bit. Get the elbow out still. We're taking the chance here, of course, but we don't want to get knocked out. Take the block, rotate through, and making sure that when we deliver this punch, it's coming up a little bit here, rather than the flat line Shtasky that we do. Okay? So we've got 10 on the left, 10 on the right, a little exercise, wander over to Wonder Wes, and then he's going to show us something else. Okay?
Darren, do you want me, but do you want me to do a Jordan OK combination as well? Then I will do Kaden Bry combination, then back to you, Kaden Bry, and then you go Uchi OK again?
Yeah, I'm flexible with whatever. We have time, so I thought maybe that would give people a variety of applications. But you can go straight on to Mike and Bry if you want. I'm not fast.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Cool. Ready? You can see we're very well planned in this program. Okay. Ready? Let's go. And change your legs. Same thing. Just a slight angle here. Don't come all the way around. Slight angle blocking that Jordan. And then up in position. Keep this nice and strong so it keeps the lax muscles strong. Even if you do get suckered into it and the person changes the height of the kick, we still want to be strong here. Don't just go like this. And then he cuts you in half anyway. But then by keeping here nice and strong, we can use this opposite reactions like we do with the punches to create power on the Shtasky. Okay? Next step. Ready? And come. Little exercise. So we're going to be doing position like this, and then we're going to be walking forward in the push-up position, and then walking back. Okay. So we're thinking about this tripod, this good strength factor. We take the weight on one arm. This is where we're going to angle the body. Please don't just go like this. Make it controlled. Angle forward. Angle forward. Okay. So we're thinking about here, angle. Strong, lax, obliques. Control that technique. We're going to do 6 forward, 6 back. Okay? Little drink, and then we'll go over to Wes. Ready? So, in position like this to start off with. Don't fight like this. Okay, ready? Itch. Knee angle back. Sun angle back. She. Go. Rip. Back. Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rip. And that you get. Little drink, but hopefully it gives you something to think about, strength that you need to make sure that you block something. If you can't hold your weight, what chance have you got of blocking someone with a really strong kick? Okay, push, get yourself a drink and over to Wes.
Right then, guys. So I'm gonna give you one more a combination with the Jodanuki, then a combination with Get and Bry. Then we go do an exercise. Then we go over to Darren Wes, and then he will do one more time Get and Bry, and then we go to Uchuk with a combination exercise, and then over to me. Wes. Good. So what we're gonna do is we're kind of gonna use the lowest part of the arm, which we use in a Jodanuki. We're going to use this as a stoppage, or maybe even like an attack. A lot of the time, well, when you ask a lower grade student or a younger student, can you use Jodanuki into a full contact bout, into a knockdown fight, they will probably say no, because it's like a technique which was this. Obviously, Darren just gave us a very, very good variation on how to use this into your knockdown fighting. But what we're going to do is we're going to think about our opponent and then giving like a wider punches. When you're close to your opponent, they will probably go a little bit wider, and this is the moment we kind of want to break the fight by going into the wider arm. So you want to hit over there. Hit it a little bit, because they're going in there with strength. You will hit it, and this will open up their body and gives their sides away and deliver, for instance, when we do the left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be here close by. I'm going to block or break outside and use the same arm to go for a liver shot, like a boxer's liver shot. One wham, and you can really drive it in and try to really flatten your opponent. It's just that easy. We're just gonna stay there. So one more time, when your opponent will attack you, break and hit, come back again. 10 on the right, then we go to the next combination. And think about your close down. Sun, sheesh, go, rock, sish, ash, cool. Last one, people. Really drive in the hook. Other way around. Break block and straight away into the ribs. Or just under there. There we go. Come my kick. And sun, she, go, rock, sish, ash, cool, shoot out. Good. Also, you can use this for when your opponent is a little bit close to you as well. You can just hit it like this. Over here onto the chest. Try not to be too high, or find an opponent who's very good at theater. Then you will go. They will grab the throat.
Theater, love it.
Drama queens, you all have them. Us, so when you're there, you can really drive it in to the chest. Us. Right, then we go to get them right now. Us. And again, we're going to use this out of a combination. It's very common, and well, a lot of teachers will probably know how to use get and bry into a fight. Us. But most of the time, get and bry goes there. It's just going down and the circular movement, and then you can go there. Also, make it a little bit harder. I'm going to be one. I'm going to punch the chest, and as I'm using, I'm going to use the same arm, block 1, 2. Also, so I'm going to punch the chest, 1. Now I'm going to step away to the side, 45-degree angle with my right foot. 1, 2, 3. Us. Forget about the kicks. We all know you guys can do those flamboyant kicks we teach you. We're going to be a little bit back to basics today. Us. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Us. And I'm going to use this to step aside, 45-degree angle, and I really try to be 1. When I step aside, my opponent will go there. 1, 2, and then you will hit your opponent. Us. 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Exercise. Over to Mr. Stringer. Us. I'm clear on this? No questions? Good. Wicked. Come on, take. And itch. Knee. Thumb. She. Go. Rub. Two. 1. Aisha. Really wins in distance. Us, when you're over there, 1, 2, bam, bam, and you go all the way again. Us, you need to move. Right leg in front. Gonna be over here. Jab, step away. 1, 2. Us. There we go. Come on, take. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rook. Sish. Ash. True. And you. Yeah. Good. Right then. So, exercise. It's going to be a little bit hard. Us. 5 on the left, 5 on the right. Us. What I'm going to do now, I want to think about the last rolling bit. Us, Darren, gave us a very good exercise for the twisting and turning and be in the right position. So I'm going to be over here. I'm going to be over here on the side. What I'm going to do, I'm going to twist my body up and keep the focus on the left arm to twist. Really think about that. You can support your get and dry arm with the other hand, and you can really try to twist it in. Us, 5 on the left, 5 on the right. Us, there we go. And pitch. Slowly back. Knee. And back. Sun. She. And go. Other side. Us. There we go. And itch. Knee. Sun. She. And go. And all right. Good. Get yourself a quick drink. Over to Sensei. Us.
Okay, so it's not a million miles away from what Wesley did. It's just a different angle. Most of the time, when people do blocks, they always think, "Oh, I've got to go backwards. I've got to go backwards." They never think about blocking and going forwards, using that person's momentum gap that you could potentially take to hit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to move forward in the same position. So much like Wesley did, and he diverted off to the side a little bit, we went 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the person to punch. As they punch, we're going to step through and off at the angle. So obviously we can't step straight towards them, but what we're going to do is we're going to step off at the angle. We're going to use the angle that we should always be creating when we're doing the block to really generate power onto that rib and that exposed area here. Okay, so as we move forward here, I've got the angle, I'm starting the block here, 1 to the rib, and then through straight on the chest. Okay, again, as Wesley said, we need to be careful of the drama queens that if you hit in this kind of area, they straight away pull towards the throat because they're saying, "Oh my God, this really hurt, but I can't show it. If I say it's my throat, it's an illegal technique." Okay, going to be there. 1, 2, 3. Angle here. Really drive through on a straight line with that second technique. Okay, once more. In 1, 2, 3. Okay, off the side angle. Really cut across. Say he's used the gyaku. Really pulled it across this way. I've stepped across, loads of space here to hit that rib and then come through nice and strong afterwards. Okay, 10 on the left, 10 on the right, and then we're moving on to the next block, the Chudan Uchi Uke. Okay, we all good with this so far? I think so. I think it's all pretty basic stuff, maybe just a little bit of a different dimension. Okay, ready? Let's go. Edge! Sun. She. Go. Run. And change your legs. Step out and forward, 45 degrees, cover, block, hit, punch, punch. Okay, ready? Let's go. H. E. Sun. She. Go. Good. Nicely done. It wasn't confirmed enough when Wesley saying about the slow block earlier on. I think we can all appreciate that the speed and the power that we're trying to hit these punches in, it's improbable, more like impossible, that you block like this. Even if you do block it in time, it's not going to be strong enough. It's not going to be strong enough to stop that person's drive, especially if we're coming forward. I'm taking a big risk here by stepping into the person. He's punching at 70 miles an hour. I'm moving at maybe 25, 30. You know, if you don't block and move quickly and hard, you're going to get nailed with a 100-mile-an-hour technique, 30 plus to 70. Okay, so you need to always think of that. Don't just be like this. Okay, you will probably break something, and that was Oyama's philosophy. He knew that most people at that stage were blocking like this, maybe. Okay? And if he hit you, he knew he was going to break your arm. Even if you did block it, you were getting injured. And that was Oyama's sole philosophy. I will break whatever I hit. It doesn't matter. You have to have that same emphasis. If you block, we're blocking to damage as well as to block. Okay? So do try and think about all of them things. Okay. Right. So we are on Chuden no Chuke. Okay? Very difficult block. Probably very impractical if we're going to go like this and block someone with whatever technique. Okay? You can, of course, cut this down. It's a very, very difficult technique to use, though, if we are going to use it in the sense of a block. Okay? What I'm going to do, though, is I'm not going to use it as a block because, much like Wesley with his strike, with his Jordan Uke, I'm going to do almost identical thing with the Chuden no Chuke. Most people are here and they fight orthodox, left to left. I do not. I fight southpaw. So that means that both of our hands are fairly close in a line here. Now what I can do is I can hit this hand out to create me space, and also the person's like, what the hell's going on here? Okay, now this doesn't work if we are left hand forward, unless we take a big movement to the side, and at that point it's probably not going to be very efficient for you. So we need to imagine that if we're left foot forward, you're fighting someone like me who's right leg forward, and if you're fighting like me, right leg forward, you're fighting someone normal who is left foot forward. Okay? Normal. Normal nowadays, right? You know what I mean. So we're going to be here. We're going to go forward as well. Don't just do this. We're not reaching. We're not flicking this arm. We are coming around. Okay, we have to go forward to hit this arm out. Don't rotate this way. Remember, muscle in. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're going to hit quick here and then really move forward and really hit the second one with lots of venom. We've gone bang, bang, boom, and hit the third one really strong. One, we've confused. The second one, oh my God, and then the third one, we've got lots and lots of power driving through. So please make sure that we keep that drive forward. 1, 2, in. We take the angle, 1, 2. Step, angle, bang. And really unleash with that second punch, okay? All understand? Yes? Good, good. Nice and simple. And let's be effective. Hit the person, 1, 2. Bang on that last one, okay? Let's go. Ready? 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Exercise over to Wesley, where he'll take on the next part of Chuden no Chuke, and then his last block also, okay? Ready? Let's go. Go! Run! Last one. And change legs. Now this is alien for most people. Wesley changes quite a lot when he fights. I probably spend 70% of my time here, maybe 30, maybe 80, 20, something around them ways. Wesley changes quite a lot. So you have to make sure that you can adapt between stances. Bash leg, sore rib, let's protect these things, work around the injuries that we've got. But also, more importantly, you can't just go, whoo, leg's a bit sore now, I'll take it to the back. And then everything's so alien for you. Throwing techniques. Try to make sure everything is as effective on both legs. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go. Ready? 10. 8. Yes. 7. Yes. 6. Yes. 5. Yes. See ya.
Aisha.
Good. Right. Here we go. Try. It's very, very similar to Wesley, but I'm going to try and change it just so you guys don't think that we're doing the same thing all the time. Okay? Right. So, it's true. So, what we're going to do is we're going to be here in a plank position, which is okay, effectively the bit that you will block with. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to rotate through and then jump up. Okay? What I want you to do is rotate through first so you can feel this position. Here, most people are nice and strong because it goes with all their muscle fibers. Okay? Nice and straight. That's why we fight this way and not this way. We have a guard that's this way because this way is nice and strong. Here, rotate through and then really try to push off. So you're using your triceps in a little bit of a different way than if we're just pushing this way, okay? Just 10, but it's quite an explosive movement, so the count won't be super quick. It'll be like, H, boom, back down. Knee, boom, back down, okay? And I'll promise I'll try and keep to that pace. I don't always know. I do sympathise for you all, because on my short limbs, you have to suffer. Okay, ready? In position. Ready? Inch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Rub. Ish. Ish. Yeah. Last one. Shoot. Sha. Get yourself a quick drink, and then we're going over to Wesley, where he's going to finish off this and take us on to the last block. Okay? Any questions, remember, that's what the chat there for. But hopefully everything's pretty simple enough. But please don't be shy if you've got a question.
Good session so far, guys. Everybody happy? I am. Darren is. The rest of you always too. Good. We just try to give you our vision in this. So I'm trying to give you in the next combination as well. Using the okay. I myself, I'd like to when I fight, I always like to lure in my opponent because I'm not always the strongest. I'm not always the most explosive. I'm explosive, but not as explosive as Darren. I do have a very, very good techniques and good fast techniques, but I'm not as explosive as Darren because his body structure is different than mine. Plus, he trains a lot harder than I am. So,
I don't think that's entirely true.
So I'm always trying to lure my opponent and be annoying and let them think about what the hell is he doing and why isn't this working, and get their head out of the fight. So at that time I can strike and knock the person out. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We gotta think about we are close to our opponent and we're just changing punches. So we're just over here at that time, and I'm gonna make one long one, and I'm gonna take the space. The moment I'm gonna take the space, because we're here, we're taking punches, I'm getting punches and stuff like that. I'm gonna step over there. I'm luring my opponent to come in because I really made the distance big. At this moment, the opponent will come forward, and I'm gonna use the right hand aside for a okay, to really kind of maybe push him into the side. You guys can already think about what's happening. I'm going to finish off with a knee. So I'm going to be standing over here. One, and then over there. Just use this as a little push to the side. Push to the side, knee to the chin. And this will be a very good knockout. Make it happen. 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Over to soto open. Us. There we go. Come on, sit.
Push.
Over there. Punch, punch, punch. On my count, you go back. 1, 2. Us. And
Push.
back. Yeah. Us. Clear on this?
Push.
You got a question?
Me, no.
No? Okay.
No,
Cool.
no else.
There we go. And continue. Edge. Knee. Sun. Knee. Go. Up. Sish. Ash. Push. Shia.
Shia.
Right. When you do this in the air, it feels like this. Uchiuke is nothing. Us, when you're
Push.
forward and you kind of make the angle of going forward a little bit, slightly to the other side with this, you catch them really easy. Us,
Push.
try it in the dojo. You'll be surprised. 10 times. And Hajime. There we go. Ish. Ish. Sun. Ish. Gosh. Rush. Fish. Ash. Push. Last one, people. Last one.
Shia. Shia.
Good. All right. Soto, okay. Us. And again, your teacher and maybe yourself have already thought about uchi okay is a soto okay, I'm sorry. Soto okay is a good technique to block. Us, this is probably this and get them right, so I had the easy blocks. Soto okay, get them right, probably most common techniques in blocking. Us. What we're gonna do is every time we block, we're gonna step away 45-degree angle. So that means when my opponent say he will do left, right, I'm gonna block the right arm. At the time I'm gonna block the right arm, I'm gonna use my front leg for Chudama Washigiri underneath. So it's gonna be one block, open up, hit. It's gonna be one block, Chudama Washigiri, straight under there. 10 on the right, and then we go after the exercise, go to Sensei Darren. So over here, let me do this one more time slowly. Block, Chudama Washigiri. Clear? Good. Here we go. And Sun. Go. Look. Fish. Go. Last one. Of course, you can do loads of stuff Don't want to make it too exotic. Us. There we go. And right one, right leg as well. Right arm, right leg. Us. And itch. Itch. Punch. Sheesh. Go. Rock. Stish. Ash. Gosh. Sorry. Go for an exercise now. One thing I would like to give you as well. As we said, you're not always the strongest. Sometimes you have to be the smartest. One technique that really worked for me as well, when I block, I move my upper body quite a lot. Also, if you have opponents that have some really hard knees using to your body, what you can do is you can just bring yourself down a little bit and bring the elbow into the striking knee. Also, this time, your opponent will be close. The knee will strike, and then you will hit the elbow. With the elbow, you will hit around here. Also, at this time, you will hurt your opponent, and he or she will think, wait, what's going on? I was attacking. How is he hurting me? At that time, how is he hurting me? That's the moment you can deliver the knockout. Also, that's the moment you can deliver the knockout. Also, when your opponent is out of the fight, thinking, hey, what's going on? That's the moment we want to hit. That's the moment we want to strike. Us. Good. Exercise. Us. Similar to what we've done already. Us. So, we will be over here. Now, we're going to the right and down and back. Us. Right and down and back. Us. Go to the side, to the right side 4 times, and we go to the left side 4 times. You're in a planking position, so you're working your body, and also you're working the last bit of soto oke. Us. There we go. So, close and itch. Knee. Sun. She. Other side. Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Good. Right. Quick little drink. Ush. Last combination by Darren and stretching. Us.
Time has flown by. See, it's a good job we didn't spend too long at the beginning.
True. I thought when we were finished with the basics, I was like, we're gonna have loads of time.
Oh my god, we're gonna have loads of time left over. But not so much. Okay, so really popular kick at the moment is Maigiri Jordan. Really popular. Everybody's wanting to do this. You know, nobody likes something coming straight at their face. The smallest of contact causes the biggest of upsets because, you know, even if you just do this on your face, I always do that to people. Like, you know, even if you just do this, they're like, it confuses people. They don't like it. You know, anything coming in this kind of direction automatically creates doubt, and that's where Wesley's going with it. You know, you create the person to have doubt to then create chances for yourself. If the person's doubting any aspect of the fight, you can capitalize and gain on this. Okay, and likewise, if at one point you think, oh, this isn't really happening for me, the other person feeds off of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Soto, okay, and we're going to imagine that we are orthodox this time, so left to left. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do an elongated Soto position. Now, we're not allowed to grab or pull, but you can strike, okay? So what we can do is this, and as we're doing this, we're using Wesley's Maigiri change, okay? Wesley's done this quite a lot in a lot of combination. He takes it out to the side, and then he changes the direction. Now the key element is we can't just do this really, because unless you've got really long legs like maybe Wesley, it will work quite well because he can get his knee up quite high and then drive down. Myself, Janine, maybe not so much. So what we need to do is not only go across, but you need to hit it down a little bit. So we create this movement. What happens is the body shape ever so slightly just needs to adjust. Okay, so we've not got the old Mayweather roll here, but we've got this position where it's opening up the face for us. And we only need to hit it a little bit. We don't need to make this driving kick. Okay, so just there, boom, and just make sure you get it up nice and quickly. As this rotates through, we're going to hit the face straight away. Every third kick, you can use an axe kick if you want. So you can come around this way, because maybe I fought a couple of people, they were absolutely huge. We're talking like plus 6'3". And for a lightweight, that's pretty tall. There's no way I'm going to be able to hit him all the way up here, bring him all the way down there to make sure that I create this space. So then you have to adapt the subject a little bit, and by coming this way allows that kick to come higher to miss this shoulder. Okay, so every third kick, we're going to do an axe kick. Okay, 1, 2 Maigiri, 3 axe. Okay, and on the last one, on the 10th one, you can choose what you want to do. Okay, so we're in position, 1, 2. Out with the knee, change the direction for the Maigiri. Out, over with the axe. Okay, so it could be either. This is where you fool in the person to believe it could be either kick. Ready? Okay, 10, 10. We won't do an exercise. We'll go straight into stretching because Wesley finished off nicely with a final exercise. Okay, ready? Let's go. Nice and relaxed. Last one. And change the legs. Same thing. Hit. Just cut in a little bit because it's going to be into the person's muscle. Okay, cut in a little bit, just like you finish off here. Okay, on that last element. Yeah. Let's go. Ready? Last one. And now we're ready. Good. Okay, right. So we didn't do much kicking today, but we did do a lot of arms. So we're going to stretch on the arms mainly now. Before we go on to that, hopefully gives you some elements for thought, how you can use these blocks, how you can adapt them yourself. But the only way that you can use these techniques, and if you can't bridge maybe the gap, if you're not that confident in stepping in, if you're not that strong at holding these planks so you can't hit the person off, then maybe you need to adapt them. As Wesley said, he was more, looking for opportunities, luring people in. I was more, I'm getting from A to B and I'm busting you up quickly. Both of us had a really intelligent style about us, and we both throw techniques in very, very similar ways. But we don't fight in the same way. We might throw techniques similarly. We might do a lot of the same techniques, for example. But as Wesley said, he was maybe a little less strong than me, even though he's a bit bigger. But he had lots of lots of width, lots of momentum, lots of distance, and all of his techniques. So he used that to his advantage. He was smart about it. I was shorter. I couldn't stay away, although I like to be away. I have to gain that distance close. So I had to learn to bridge the gap quickly if ever I was going to beat someone up. Otherwise, I'd just be throwing techniques in the air. I'd be hitting out here, and Wesley'd be hitting me all the time, basically, because his arms and legs are so much longer than me. So do try and think about all these variety of ways that we can use techniques and adapt them. Adapt them is the important bit. Adapt. Unless you adapt for your body type, most of the things won't be very useful. Okay? Right, so let's take the right arm across.
Time flew by so fast.
Boy, did it. Like you said, when we finished the basics at like, when we started, I was like thinking, wow, we're going to have loads of time here. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Then all of a sudden we did 2 blocks and I was like, we need to hurry up.
Yeah. And relax. Up and over. Relax and pull through behind. See the hand here, hopefully. Relax on the hip and forward. And loosen off. Backwards, itch, knees, shear, and forward, itch, knees, shear, and relax. Left arm across, itch. As Wesley did say at the beginning, no, please pay attention to the email that was sent out and the information that's on Facebook, to pay attention to which days the lessons are on, because they're not the same every week. The only one that is the same is Tuesdays. We've got there's 2 lessons a week, basically. It's either a Thursday or a Saturday, and you need to make sure that you get the right one. Obviously, the link will say the right date anyway, but sometimes people just don't read it. So
please know as well if you're not able to be there, because if there's a lot of people not being there, please let us know. It's just, we obviously we know we're kind of getting back to normal, so just let us know.
Yeah, we understand that. It's it's not a problem if you've got dojo commitments, etc. We just we would like to know.
Definitely.
Hopefully the schedule fits in with people anyway, because normally we were here Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, so we're not changing any days, we're just reducing them.
True.
Relax and pull through.
Think about how much the internet has helped us all, because if the whole thing would have happened 15 years ago, we'd be able to do this.
Yeah, imagine that, 15, 20 years ago, when the internet was maybe around but not that strong, you'd literally have been on your own. But, well, the best part of a year, really, isn't it? When did we go into lockdown? In
about 6 months now. March.
Yeah, so 6 months of seeing no one or doing nothing, or being a lonely world. I don't know how Janine dealt with it back in the day. Relax. Didn't look looked like you were waving there, Xianjan. Okay, right, so arms in front, in position. Try and arch the back a little bit, push the shoulders down towards the ground. Okay, keep the left arm where it is and push the right arm through. Try and keep your hips fairly square, and then from there, twist through and the lower half of the back. From there, take your head and try and look over your right shoulder, so in the opposite direction. And Sensei Wes, I'd like you to take your right foot and touch your right ear.
Yeah, like I always do.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm picking you, because I can't do it.
Yeah, because I'm Mr. Elastic in between you and me.
And relax. Well, you are like Mr. Stretch out of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Incredibly long limbs. So.
Yeah. Yeah. But hard as the rock.
A hybrid. Okay, left arm through. You evolved from the Fantastic Four. You thought, nah, I could do this in two. Look over your left shoulder.
That is the best nickname there is, probably. Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Back to the centre. Both hands out the front. Now the opposite way, take the arm out to the right and then twist in. Both hands out. And left arm out to the side and twist in. Last time out in front. Just try to just drop your bum back, but keep your hands where they are. Try and really stretch those lats muscles. And relax. Switching off. Yasumi, tidy yourselves up. And we're done. It absolutely flew by today, and as we've already said a couple of times, we thought we were going to have loads of time, and then all of a sudden, boom,
Yeah.
we're at 20 to 8, and still a set of 10 on each side to do, which is enough time, but wasn't expecting that at the beginning of the session. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Hopefully you all got something for it. Although they're the 4 main blocks that we covered today, there's many other blocks in the syllabus, but you have to take the same approach with them. You need to deliver them properly, strong and fast and focused. Okay, think about what part of the arm you are blocking with. Very rarely are we actually blocking with the hand. Probably most, if not all of them, are going to be with the forearm. Okay, even osauki, which seems like it might be with the hand, is actually with the forearm still. So we are blocking with the forearm. It doesn't matter which part of the hand it states you are blocking with, it's still with the forearm. Okay, angle on the shoulders is a must, because as Wesley said rightly, if you paid attention to him when he said he uses his body quite a lot, that's not only to generate power in, but also to take the body away from the technique. Okay, if you block like this, doesn't matter, the person's probably still going to hit you, and it probably, especially in the UK, loads of us did point scoring, okay, as juniors, because we couldn't do fighting. But if the person was doing a gyaku and you were just doing this, the person was still scoring the point because they were hitting you. Yeah? We need to make sure that we're angling this and we're taking that power away from the person. Even if we're reducing it by 20%, there's 20% less that hits you, that makes contact with you. And then we need to think about not only taking the block, but how do we capitalize on it like Wesley does. Wesley is very, very smart about the way he fights, because he realizes that he's maybe not the strongest because he's got very narrow, very lean muscle structure. So he's got good techniques, but maybe not the strongest in terms of benching. But what he does do really well is capitalize on the bits that he knows he's strong at. He's smart, takes the block, uses his body, then capitalizes on it after that. Okay, don't be like a rock, be like Mr. Fantastic. Adjust. Okay. Well done today, top notch, good effort.
Basically, he's saying all lesson, I'm a weak person. You know what I mean? My friend, but hey.
You were weak. You weren't necessarily the strongest.
International sportsman, you go in the middle, like. For example. No, fantastic session. Thank you, Darren. You just gave us some things as well. And the only thing we just try to give you extra is Kyokushin karate, IFK. The thing that we do is not a one size fits all, and that's how a lot of students and a lot of senpais and senseis nowadays have been taught. This is the way we do it. This is the way we're gonna do it. This is the way you gotta do it, because this is what I've been taught 20 odd years ago. Try to be versatile, try to be smart, try to be creative, because then you will see it's not a one size fits all. It's the same technique, but can be delivered in a million types of ways. And that's what we try to really give you, because all the techniques we teach you and we go over with you are techniques we've done millions of times, probably most of them. So and still it was a very interesting 90 minutes for me. It was. So thanks again, fantastic, thanks a lot, and we will see you Saturday, right?
Us. Yeah, Saturday. And it's 2:00. I know I wrote on the email 6:00, but I did send out a revised one saying actually it's 2:00 on Saturdays. Please don't turn up at 6. No one will be there. No one will be there. Yeah. You guys, any questions?
Oh no! Everybody can unmute themselves. By the way.
Us.
Yeah. Currently, I think.
Thanks, Albin. Thanks for dropping by.
Thanks all. Amazing.
Bye bye. Thank you very much. Excellent. Thank you.
No worries. Always welcome.
Bye bye. See you on Saturday.
Yes.
Bye.
Push them all.
Thanks, Sensei. See you Saturday.
Always welcome. Cheers.
Bye bye.
Nice. Jan.
Amazing.
Missed you.
Missed you.
Yeah, likewise. Was it okay pace for you? Not too hard, not too easy?
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah. Nice little. I'll get into it. By Saturday, I'll be on fire. Now you watch.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
No worries.
Bye.
See you
Bye-bye.
soon.
Thank you.
Well
No
done.
worries, Louise.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.
See you later.